In this video tutorial, you'll learn how you can use Google Forms inside of Google Classroom to make a quiz or just a questionnaire for your students. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go into your Google account through your school district. Click on the waffle up here and click on Classroom. Go to the class that you want to add this assignment or quiz to. After you're on your class homepage, go over to where it says classwork, and you're going to press create. Now, if you're going to do a quiz, press quiz assignment. And you'll notice right here it says blank quiz, and it's linked already to Google Forms. Okay, so go in here. Now it says blank quiz right now, so I'm going to write solar system quiz. For question 1, I am going to go ahead and write, what is your name? Now, I usually write, what is your last name? And I'll show you why when we get back to this spreadsheet. I usually put 2 questions on. Some people just put their first and last name. It really doesn't matter how you do it. I would make required. I know that seems backwards, but sometimes that forces kids to sometimes focus on things too. So what is your last name? What is your first name? I put a required again right here, add another question, and then this is where I'm going to write. So what homeroom are you in? Now down here, you can make it multiple choice. You can put options down here like room, 201, room 202. Okay, whatever. If you were doing like periods or like what period are you in or do you have me or something, you could, instead of doing this style, you could do a drop down. So where it has drop down, you can just go like this and write like, 201, 202. This works good if you have a lot of different sections of the same course. Either way, obviously make this work for your classroom when you're whatever grade level and subject you teach. But when you're done, make that required. And I'm just going to start adding some basic questions. So let's say I say, what planet do you live on? Okay, so option 1. So I'm just going to make this like a multiple choice question, or Mars, Earth, Venus. Okay. I'm going to go over and press required here, just add another question. You kind of see what we're doing here as far as questions, And again, you can do whatever. I'll just show you a short answer. That's what that looks like. You could definitely make this quiz look different. You could add, if I did, let's do a picture one. So if I said, what planet, and I go over right here to this little picture icon, I could search for an image, or I could already have one and I could just drag onto here from my desktop or from a file on my computer. If I just type this, let's type Jupiter, right, one of the easiest ones. So if I just click here and press insert, you'll see that picture question. Obviously I could resize this image. That's a little large. And I could do a paragraph answer. You notice how Google already figured out that you probably want a paragraph there. Now, I could make answer keys here. Now, obviously, everyone's not going to have the same answer, first name, last name, or homeroom, but right here I could decide on my multiple choice ones which ones are correct, which ones are not. The open-ended questions are the ones that would be more problematic if you're going to do this type of quiz. But you could do this. So what planet do you write Earth, you're putting answer key next to that and letting them know that's Earth. What planets do you live on? And you can assign point values to here. Okay, press done. So that way Google will automatically score these for you, which planet is pictured here. And so if I do answer key, I'm going to say Jupiter. Done. Okay, so it's just letting you know. And again, up here, you got to assign a point value if you want this answer key, because right now it says 0 points. You got to take that to 1 point. And again, it'll automatically score for you. If I wanted this, I mean, I could do open-ended questions on an answer key. I could make it say, so what is the correct answer? I'm looking for Mercury. They would have to spell correctly, so that adds, you know, I could type it this way too in case they spell it wrong or something, so I can put it both ways but hopefully they would spell wrong if they have a word bank or something or elsewhere on a quiz. But over here I can make 1 point, but notice I put it as a lowercase and capital letter. I press done. I went through most of the types of questions, but you can do a lot of different things here as well. I could go up here to where the customized theme is. I could change the colors of this quiz. I could choose an image for the header. So if you wanted something that's maybe a little bit more exciting to look at, so it kind of makes it a little bit more exciting for your students. I was just going to insert a little picture there. So here on your quiz, if you go back to here, you can definitely modify this. Make sure you give it any directions you want here. You can put a due date on here. You can add point values. You can keep it ungraded if you want. You can assign it to certain students. You got a lot of different options, just like everything else in Google Classroom. I'd highly recommend you put a topic in here, like solar system or something. And then you just have to press assign. When you press assign, it's going to assign, or you could schedule this. I mean, if you don't want the students to see this until a certain day, you can schedule this into the future by pressing schedule and picking a date. But if I press assign right now, it's going to go out to all my students. They will get an email saying your teacher has just posted this quiz, and they will be able to click on it and take it. So right now I've only assigned it to I only have 2 students in this course. None of them have taken it yet. To take you to what it looks like on their view. So on their view, they would go into your course. It said Troy Ulysses has posted a new assignment. They would click on it. McFly. And over here, I'll write George. What homeroom are you in? I'll click the drop-down menu. 203. Okay, what planet do you live on? Just go through this quiz real fast. What planet is closest to the sun? Let's say they say Mars. You know what? We'll do that one. That way you can see what it looks like. What planet is? We'll say Saturn here. Let's mess up one of them. What was your favorite part about this unit? The teacher, of course. Press submit. They automatically will be able to see the score. So they got 2 out of 3, but that was only on the graded ones. Like this one was not part of the graded one because it was an open-ended course or open-ended question. But it tells you right away what they got. So this is what it looks like from the student end. From the teacher's end, so after a student has taken a quiz, or in this case, two students have taken a quiz, you can see that it has 2 responses when you click on that form. If I go back to responses, right here you'll see spreadsheet, and this is how I would advise you to go into it. And it definitely breaks it down the other way as well, but a spreadsheet view is kind of very easy to see and kind of organize. So it tells you their email address, tells me when they took the quiz, their names, homerooms, and this is where you can organize your classes or your students at any time. So if you wanted to organize it by last name, in my case, like our grade books are set up by last name, I can easily go to this column, go to data, and just change that to sort this sheet by columns A through Z, and then it'll organize it according to last name. You could also do the same thing with homerooms. In this case, they were actually already in. Walt Disney was in 202, but you could do the same thing. Like if you went to data, same deal. If you organized it, if you did it the other way, obviously it would go the other way. This makes it really easy to organize their information, see it real quick, see their scores. You can see their score 3 out of 3, 2 out of 3. It's very easy for them to take this and put it right into your grade book.